Hello friends, welcome back to Saujanya's English class. And in today's class, we are going to learn about a very interesting topic of grammar, that is subjunctive mood. There are three basic types of mood in English language. Mood is nothing but tone of the sentence, either written or spoken. So there are three basic types. They are indicative mood, imperative mood, and subjunctive mood. Let us see what they are. Indicative mood states the facts as they are. Example, Mike Ross is a lawyer. Okay, so there is no other tone to this sentence. It is simply making a statement. That's it. Okay. And then he argues cases in favor of the common people. Even this is also a statement giving us information. Okay. Declarative sentence. And then imperative mood express the tone of command, request, instruction, etc. We use imperative mood to express the tone of all these command, request, instruction, etc. Example, give me a glass of water. Don't touch the wires with wet hands. Okay, so here if you see the first one, it is request, give me a glass of water. Even it can be a command as well, like it depends on the tone of the speaker. Don't touch the wires with wet hands. This is certainly an instruction. So these are imperative sentences expressing imperative mood, and these two are declarative sentences simply stating the facts as they are. Okay, so these are very simple moods, indicative mood and imperative mood. They don't pose much difficulty for the learners. Subjunctive mood, when we try to learn English as our second language. If it is not our mother tongue, we are not native speakers, then of course subjunctive mood can pose a little bit of difficulty for us. But once we understand what it is and once we start using them practically in our written and spoken English, then it won't be a problem. So it is used in formal writing or speaking rather than informal setting. Past subjunctive. There are two types, present and past. So what is past subjunctive? It expresses hypothetical condition like unreal, imaginary situations which can't happen at all in real life. Such kind of situations are expressed with the help of past subjunctive. And one more thing is wishes. And then comes present subjunctive. It expresses commands, advice, suggestions, urgency, necessity, importance, etc. Okay, so how to use this past and present subjunctive, let us learn. As I have already told you, subjunctive mood is the favorite of native users actually when compared to the learners that learn English as a second language. This problem occurs because most of the times we fail to understand how does it function, but don't go into details. If you go into why sort of thing, then you may not understand this beautiful thing. It of course gives a sort of authentication to your written and spoken English. So why not give it a try? Let us learn about it. Past subjunctive uses set phrases like if plus subject plus verb. Okay, so it can occur in the beginning or even in the middle of the sentence as well. Okay, and then as if plus subject plus verb, it occurs in the middle of the sentence. And as though plus subject plus verb, this also occurs in the middle of the sentence. So let us see what are these set phrases or fixed phrases. Let us learn about them with the help of examples. She was horrified to look at him as if he were a ghost. So here if you observe, everywhere the verb is were. If plus subject plus were, as if plus subject plus were, as though plus subject plus were. Okay, so this be form in the past tense is always were, irrespective of pronouns. Any pronouns, all 7 pronouns and even the nouns also take were. There is no such thing as singular and plural. Everything takes were. Okay, in past subjunctive. So she was horrified to look at him as if he were a ghost. As if in the sense it's a kind of imaginary situation. Of course, he is not a ghost, But maybe because of some previous situation, she was horrified to look at him. And then, if she were Rachel, she wouldn't marry a fraud like Mike. I mean, obviously, she was not Rachel, and she could not stop Rachel from marrying Mike Ross. Okay, so both these are hypothetical situations. And then he started controlling us as if he were our boss. So, according to this sentence, he was not at all our boss, but he was behaving like one. And then, if we were them, see, it itself is hypothetical. It itself makes us understand that it is not real. If we were them, how one can be other? It is not possible. We would buy this house at such less price. And then sometimes she behaves as though she were from another planet. Can be in any meaning, like, she behaves as though she were from another planet, in the sense, might be confused, might be, kind of unaware of the surroundings, kind of, or, she may be thinking that she is far, superior than those people around her. Anything, sense can be anything, but we can understand that it is a hypothetical situation. She is exactly not from another planet. If she were Ella, she would relocate to Las Vegas. So obviously we understand that she is not at all Ella, and it is not possible for her being Ella as well. It is a hypothetical condition, unreal condition. Okay. So these three are the commonly used, mostly used set phrases or fixed phrases in past subjunctive. And then wishes, there is no possibility of them to happen. Okay. If there is any possibility, we call them hope instead of wish. And then subject plus, wish plus, that is optional, may or may not use. Subject plus verb, subject plus wish plus subject plus verb. How does it function? Verb is always verb for all 7 pronouns and nouns as well, even in wishes as well. For example, I wish I were a superhero. So obviously we understand that I am not a superhero and it is impossible for me to become a superhero as well. However, I wish I won't become a superhero at all. There is a possibility that hope can be realized, whereas wishes can never be realized. And then Myra wishes she were a celebrity. It is not possible for her to be a celebrity, but she wishes she was one. And he wished he were rich. If you observe these, I wish I were a superhero. Okay, were along with I somewhat, it is okay, makes sense in the sense of royal we. But here, she and he, third person singular pronouns, actually they need was, right? In spoken English, people use that. She was a celebrity, he was rich, kind of. But in written English, it is not at all appropriate. Grammatically, to use was along with these she and he or whatever singular pronouns is wrong in subjunctive mood. Okay, so always prefer were in subjunctive mood. Myra wishes she were a celebrity. He wished he were rich. Okay, so he is not rich and his becoming rich is not at all possible. And then they wished they were the winners of the match. Match has already happened, somebody else have already won. They wished they were the winners of the match, which is kind of hypothetical, which is not going to happen at all. Okay. So irrespective of singular or plural pronouns, we are going to use were. You should keep that in mind for all 7 pronouns and nouns as well. And then comes our present subjunctive. It uses infinitive, that is base form of the verb, okay, without to. Used with adjectives like necessary, vital, important, urgent, essential. And then be remains unchanged. Even here also in subjunctive mood, for 7 pronouns and nouns, be remains unchanged. For example, it is necessary that he know the situation. Already learned that present subjunctive uses base form of verb, V1 of the verb. Okay, so it is necessary that he know the situation. Actually, what do we prefer along with he? We prefer S here. He knows the situation, but it is wrong in subjunctive mood. Okay, we should let the verb be V1 only. Okay, it is necessary that he know the situation. And then it is vital that both the companies merge. According to this sentence, there is not much problem because companies is plural. That is why it is taking merge instead of merges. There is no problem with plural ones. It is urgent that she be taken to the hospital. So such sentences, she along with be, there is a problem. It sounds something is wrong with this sentence. But trust me, there is nothing wrong with this sentence. If you try to change this, then it can be wrong grammatically. So it is urgent that she be taken to the hospital. As I have already told you, be remains unchanged for 7 pronouns and nouns in subjunctive mood. And then it is important to note that Donna helped Harvey in many ways. So it is important to note that Donna helped Harvey. Donna is single person, right? Usually we prefer helps. But here in subjunctive mode, it remains the same, V1, okay, base form. It is important to note that Donna helped Harvey in many ways, okay. So we use infinitive without to along with present subjunctive. And if you observe this, that clause, see, it is necessary that, it is vital that, it is urgent that, it is important to note that, all these are that clauses, okay. So we take the help of that clauses, these noun clauses. Noun clause, that is that clause with V1, that is infinitive without to, like how it takes verbs like recommend, demand, suggest, insist, urge, propose, desire, etc. These are the most commonly used verbs. And then look at the examples. It is suggested that we wash our hands for 30 seconds. So here we don't have problem because we and wash are really go very well along. There is no problem at all. It is plural and wash goes with plural pronoun here. Look at this. Even here also we don't have so much of problem. My dentist advised that I floss my teeth often. Here also we don't have any problem because it is I. We. Okay, we don't have any problem. Problem comes like this. Jessica insisted that Harvey be honest. So here what we prefer instead of be, is, was, okay, depends on the tense. So subjunctives do not fall under this. They are special, so they should be treated special. Jessica insisted that Harvey be honest. Be doesn't change for any pronoun or any noun, so it remains unchanged. And then Decker demanded that Lucifer be her partner. Lucifer be her partner. It sounds something strange, but trust me, this is how subjunctive works. Decker demanded that Lucifer be her partner. She wants Lucifer to be her partner. And then Louis proposed that they not be partners with Zane. Now look at this. Negation is here, but we are not using don't, doesn't, didn't. What we have done simply before be, we have placed this not. That is how we write negative sentences in subjunctive mood. Louis proposed that they not be partners with Zane. And trust me, sentence is very much right. And then nouns like demand, advice, desire, urgency, sort of how to use them with subjunctive, let us see with the help of examples. It was her desire that she be a film star. If you look at this, desire, okay, this is noun over here. It is not an adjective. It was her desire that she be a film star. So we have taken the help of that clause over here, that she be, it is not is, am, or was, were. Okay, be remains unchanged. That is the thing you should keep in mind whenever we look at the sentences. Whenever we are asked to identify the mood of the sentence, then we should look for this be and look for were and look for that clause, including this be and were. Okay, and look at the tone of the sentence, whether it is hypothetical, whether it is realistic, whether it is imperative. All those things we should take into consideration. So this sort of exercises are not so common, but whoever is preparing for IELTS GRE, TOEFL and all, they should be aware of this advanced element of English grammar. Of course, why won't we learn? Of course, we are going to learn everything related to English as far as possible. And then it is my doctor's advice that we not panic in any situation. See, I am giving these sort of examples so that you will understand it and it will be saved in your passive memory. So it won't sound strange when you repeatedly listen to such kind of sentences. It is my doctor's advice what that we not panic in any situation, that we do not, doesn't, didn't, no. Simply not before infinitive. Okay, that is how subjunctive works. There was an urgency that they lay off 30% of the employees. So here we don't have a lot of problem because they will very well go with lay. Not an issue at all with this subject verb combo. No problem at all. There was a demand by the opposition that the PM explain the economic condition of the country. So here PM is singular, but even then we have used explain only instead of explains. Okay, that is what is subjunctive. There was a demand by the opposition that the PM explain the economic condition of the country. And then it is Linda's demand what that Lucifer be responsible. So after nouns and after singular verb, if we see be, it sounds strange. I do understand. For example, look at the first sentence. It was her desire that she be a film star. And here it is Linda's demand that Lucifer be responsible. So you should be aware and you should be very well versed with these particular sort of nouns: demand, advice, desire, urgency. And if you take those adjectives also, necessary, important, vital, essential sort of. Okay, subjunctive mood uses those adjectives and nouns. And then let us learn about British subjunctive. It's kind of, we are quite comfortable with this sort of subjunctive. Let us see what it is. Modal verb should is added, but not as an obligatory verb. Should doesn't mean you have to, you must sort of. It doesn't mean like that in subjunctive. And that plus subject plus should plus base verb. That is what is the structure. Let us try with examples. It is necessary that he should be explained the situation. That plus subject plus should plus be, base verb. Okay, be is be only. It is not is, am, are, was, were. It is necessary that he should be explained the situation. So in American subjunctive, what we have seen, that he be explained without should. Okay, but in British subjunctive, we use should between this subject and base form of the verb, that is infinitive without to. It is vital that both the companies should merge. So in the previous example, we have seen it is vital that both the companies merge without this should. Okay, so should is simply added before this infinitive and after this subject. Subject plus should plus infinitive. That is the only change. It is urgent that she should be taken to the hospital. So when compared to that American subjunctive usage, British subjunctive usage is a bit comfortable for us to use because we'll be totally convinced with the word should over here. It doesn't sound strange anymore. And then it was her desire that she should be a film star. Okay, as I have already told you, should doesn't imply any obligation over here. It doesn't mean have to or must. It is a simple modal verb to be used in British subjunctive. That's it. It is my doctor's advice that we should not panic in any situation. Okay, so here also it is not an obligation at all. It is simply, this sentence is simply in subjunctive mood. That's it. Okay. So British subjunctive is kind of comfortable for us to use. You choose whichever subjunctive you are going to use in your writing or speaking, but use it. Okay, in that way you enjoy speaking or writing language, and that way you feel that you are a bit authentic in using grammar of this particular language. Okay, of course, I do agree that English, it has no rules. Exceptions are more than the rules here. But we do love English language so much, and that is why we, of course, learn it with all the exceptions. Not an issue at all. We accept everything. So this is about our subjunctive mood. Here is our simple quiz. Change the following into subjunctive mood. It is essential that he is at the meeting. If I was you, I would make amends with her. It is important that we call home as soon as we reached. We want the door to be fixed by Saturday. It is recommended that she takes a holiday. The code of the job necessitates that we are not late to work. It is absolutely essential that she completes the work by today. It is necessary that each and every child wear school uniform. So these are simple 8 sentences. You are supposed to change them into subjunctive mode. So that is about our lesson subjunctive mode, dear all. Meet you soon with another interesting video. Thank you so much for being with me. Bye for now, guys.